Yeah, yes, as you might remember, that I just explained some kind of the concept or some kind of assumptions which we might have in relation to the ethics, leadership ethics. Okay, so I suggested two kinds of assumptions about the possibilities which the human beings are likely to be some kind of a ethical or the unethical being. Okay, and also the second assumption I raised was that is it possible to bring forth the level of the morality, the level of moralities by training or by participating in the program or the training, leadership training. Okay, so we temporarily concluded that the level of moralities can be trained or some educated, okay, by putting in our best effort. For example, by participating in several or several of the programs. Okay, so it is possible rather than innate capabilities. So we can see any possibilities, okay, for us. If we wish it to bring forth, upgrade the level of the moralities, it's possible, okay, to probably some amount we want to hope to bring forth, bring up the level of moralities. And also, I just introduced some kind of a story about the story between the David and the Bathsheba, okay, at the end of the last class. Okay, so I want to talk about some kind of the very romantic story, but it just turned out that the failure of leadership, okay, of famous King David case, okay. Why, even though he was successful, the effective leader in Israel, but finally, at the last days, it turned out, he was a failure. Probably to reduce the reputation degree. Okay, the failure of leadership. Why? What was the major reason why? Okay, so I'm going to talk about after we discuss this question. Okay, two questions. All right. There are three questions that would help you to understand these chapters. Okay, yeah. Okay, who wants first victim? Volunteer to read the first question. Clara? Yeah, you smiled at me.
Discuss ethical theories based on self-interest versus interest for others, including some examples of ethical egoism,
altruism. All right, yeah. I made differentiation among three different approaches, or the reasons why you behave ethically, okay, as a successful leaders, or the effective leaders, okay. So the first reason why is ethical egoism, just for yourself, right? Just for your interest, like a business company, business sectors, or the utilitarianism, based on the theory of the Jeremy Bentham. You know the Jeremy Bentham? Oh, you don't know that. Okay. Jeremy Bentham, very famous philosophical scholars around the 17th centuries, okay, in Germany. And also John Stuart Mill, or the James Mill, okay, based on their philosophical theories, okay. What is the propagandas of the utilitarianism? So that propagandas. The most happiness of the most people, okay. they want to pursue some kind of agendas. How can they pursue, okay, the happiness of the most people, the majority of this group, okay? The most amount of the happiness, they're going to pursue it, just for the most people. Yeah. What's the best way? How to allocate some amount of the fund, okay, provided by your federal government, our government, or the scholarship, okay, yeah. So the utilitarianism, just for ourselves, how can we do? We have to search for the best way, okay, to reflect the utilitarianism over the altruism, okay, love for everybody, okay, love for everybody, altruism, to show, just like a good Samaritan. Sometimes we need to sacrifice ourselves, that we have to give everything which we have to our neighbors, altruism, philanthropic perspectives. Okay, so ethical theory is based on self-interest versus interest. Okay, discuss. I mean, with some points, the possibilities, or the application. How would you apply these three theories into a real world? Okay, in your company, in your communities, how do you apply? Okay, there must be a limitation of the possibilities in each theory. Okay, or probably what it ought to be. That's a prescriptive approaches. Or we have to do, okay, as a human being. You just feel some kind of duties, okay. As a duties, okay, as a duties, what do we have to do to apply these three kinds of approaches? Okay, discuss. Second, who wants to read? All right, Soja.
Discuss high-paths perspectives on ethical leadership and Greenleaf's approach to leadership for servant leadership by taking some examples.
All right. So you should take some examples which would be suited for some kind of supporting the high-path perspectives on ethical leadership. Okay. What is the major function of the leaders in line with the high-path perspectives? All right. The major function, just for the effective leaders, to help followers to get over, to address some kind of problems, maybe the struggles in their mind. How they overcome. Ooh, surprise. Okay, yeah. After your subordinate overcome or address some kind of psychological struggles, they have to behave, they have to act as ethical followers, ethical leadership in the process of leadership activities. Okay? Yeah. High-path, Greenleaf's approach. Oh yeah, I'm going to supplement the Greenleaf's approaches to leadership. Okay, you may heard about some kind of servant leadership based on the Greenleaf's theory. Okay, okay. According to Greenleaf's approach to leadership, there are two major rules as effective leader. First one, serve your followers. Okay, that's the first acting role. If you want to be the effective leaders, serve your followers like a servant, public servant. Okay, first job. Second role is to make your followers to do ethically, okay? Yeah. By motivating the something, by motivating your followers with the something, okay? Yeah. So Greenleaf's approach is, you know have you read some kind of the novels? The Journey to the East, written by the German novelist. Who is it? Hermann Hesse. Hermann Hesse. Julia, have you read that? Do you know the famous novelist? Hermann Hesse. I read some novels written by him when I was the middle school and high school. Okay. I was very deeply impressed by this. But his novel, The Journey to the East, have you read that, Maurice? Okay, try after you come back to your country.
I will.
Okay, very, it triggers a lot of inspiration. Okay. Inspiration. There is a hero. There's a hero. He acts as the secondary servant. Okay, but even though he acts as the servant, his real activities, or his real function was the leaders, by leading a lot of the priests who wants to take a worship in the east. Okay, yeah. During the journey, a long journey to the east, the servant disappeared. Okay, without any notice to some that they are the priests, a lot of priests. So, okay, so a lot of the troubles happened right after he disappeared, and a lot of priests realized that, who was our real leaders? That was the servant who served us. Okay, even though he acts as a servant, in a real meanings, he was our real leaders. There's a major or the core concept you want to refer to some servant leadership. If you want to be the good servant leaders, the first job is serve your neighbors or serve your followers, serve your subordinates. That's the first job. It sounds very easy to serve by serving, but in reality, it's really difficult. Every human being is likely to be somebody treated as a VIP. There's an inclination over the general human beings. Okay, so serving your neighbors is against your some inclination. Okay, yeah, you're dispositioned. So even though you are inclined, you are apt to be treated as a VIP, you have to get over some kind of inclination or the human intuition, okay, to be treated as a VIP. Okay, yeah. After you get over some kind of the human intuition, you can be able to become a good leaders, servant leaders. Okay, that is some kind of the golden rules. Golden rules. You know the golden rules? Golden rules. Okay. Do your neighbors, or give a favor to your neighbors as much as you want from your subordinate, from your neighbors, right? Yeah. First job is give. The second job is take, give and take. Just based on the transactional relationship. Okay? Yeah. Golden rules is a very famous proverb from the Roman age, Roman Empire age. Okay? Yeah. There was a very famous Roman emperor. He just put the proverb at the front of the gate. Not to forget the very famous proverb. Okay, do everything just for your neighbors as much as you want to receive. Okay, yeah. Do you know the reason why it is called the golden rule? Golden, made of the gold. Yeah, the gate was made of the gold. It's very simple. Made of the gold. The emperor's gate was made of the gold. Golden rule. Do you know that? Yeah. Okay. Very interesting story. Okay. So, approach to leadership called servant leadership by taking some examples. Okay. Some examples. Okay. You may take some examples. Okay. Third one. Who wants to read? Boris?
Discuss the 5 principles of ethical leadership: respect, service, justice, honesty, and community by taking some examples.
All right. Yeah. To use this, introduce the 5 principles, 5 virtues. Respect others, serving others, justice, show justice. If you want to be the effective leaders, ethical leaders, justice. How do you define the justice? In India, or in Netherlands, in France, in Korea. Even though it sounds like a little bit different, according to some of the countries, by countries, by countries, yeah, it shows some kind of shade of meaning. Okay, a little bit different, but essentially, the term or the meaning of the justice is underlined the same meaning. Okay, same deep structures. How do you define the justice? I think that this justice itself is a very, very important term. Okay, to keep our word, to control your word. Justice. Who can be just? Just. Who can be just? I think. Oh, I told you that at the first time, at the beginning of this class. How do you differentiate the manager and the leaders? That is one of the questions you enjoyed the midterm exam. What's the difference between the manager and the leaders? Leader behaves the right thing. Manager acts in the right way. Right way. Okay? Yeah. Leader who acts right thing, do the right thing. Right means, okay, that comprises some kind of the values. Okay? You have to pursue the values. Okay, right or wrong. There's agenda for the ethical issues. Okay? Yeah. So, right or wrong, or to various equalities, inequalities, aligned with the just term of the justice. Okay. every ethical leaders have tried to pursue the term or the value of justice in their leadership process for the long history of the world. Honest communities. You have to grow the communities, okay, based on the wisdom. Wisdom? I told you already. Do you remember? Wisdom? Mm-hmm. When I refer to the culture and the leadership, wisdom. We have to go together. Okay, yeah. We have to put together with our old energies or the powers, okay, to make a big company, global communities. Okay, so you have to take some examples from your point of view. Okay, 3 questions. Okay, yeah. In fact, the Greenleaf's theory, the servant leadership, sounds like a paradox. I mean, the paradox, it sounds irrational. Okay, rational. In the real field, to serve, you have to serve your followers. It sounds like a paradoxical, okay, non-natural. But strange to say, the first job by serving your neighbors would be the best way, okay, to make yourself and make your followers to maintain the good relationship, okay, to bring forth the maximized outcome. Okay, yeah. All right. For the rest of time, okay, we're gonna very limited to continue our discussion. All right. The Bathsheba syndrome. The title of the thesis written by the 2 scholars in the field of management. You're majoring in the management, right? So you have to read this article. All right? The Ludwig and the Longeneckers in 2013. They wrote some very famous articles, okay, to search for the reason why the successful leaders failed at the final stage. Just because of some kind of arrogant, or some kind of the lack of stress, or the lack of duty mind. Okay. Then most of the successful leaders at the final stages bullshit. Oh, I can do everything because I'm a successful leader. That's a critical point to make himself to turn down, right, from the successful to the failure position. Okay, arrogance. Too much self-esteem. Okay, and he had time to lose his first mind. I mean, starting line as leaders. Okay, he lost his control, his mind, as a spirit. That's the reason why the best Bathsheba is the King David's 8th wife. Okay, yeah. The one day the Bathsheba took a shower on the roof of the building, his buildings. At the shower site, during the shower, the King David saw her and found that he was a very, very wonderful, very beautiful lady. Okay, even though she was his Pharaoh's wife. King David brought the Bathsheba to his palace to make her the wife without any agreement. Okay. It was a behavior that the extremely undesirable, unethical behavior to make a neighbor's wife his wife. Okay. Just because of he controlled everything because he thought he almighty emperor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the starting point for failure of successful leaders. Yeah. I strongly encourage you to read that. Yeah. If you're one of the good majors, okay. Good majors in good majors. Okay? Yeah. All right. All right. Let me make the presentation, your presentation schedules. Starting from the May 22nd, Team 1 and 2. Okay? Why don't you upload your presentation file of your group project? Okay. I just found that only 5 teams uploaded your PowerPoint file by last night. So the rest of the 3 teams should upload your file by today. Okay? Yeah, the rest of it. Six projects sent me an email. Out of the 6 project teams, only 5 project teams uploaded their files. Okay? Yeah. So the rest of the 2 or 3 teams should done by today. Okay? Yeah. So the May 23rd, third and the 4th team, and then May 29th, 5th and the 6th team. Yeah. I don't. You know, which team do you belong to? Jonathan? You don't know that?
I'm supposedly team 5, but we switched it up.
So. Okay, yeah. Team 1, 소진, 글로에, 모리츠. Team 2, 하영, 루이스 and 수잔. Okay? Yeah. Team 3, 수영, 엘리나, 줄리. Team 3, right? Team 4, 은주, 폴린. 은주 and 폴린? Yeah, Team 4. 신은주 and 폴린. Okay, yeah, 폴린. Only 2? 아유브. Yeah, right. 아유브. Yeah, Team 4. Team 5, Captain, Charlotte. Captain? Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte. You too? Oh. You have not submitted yet. 2 ladies? You have not submitted yet. By today, you should. All right. And Team 6, Jan and Jonathan. Team 6. Okay, Jonathan, take the Jan next class. Okay, and Team 7, Zoe, Clara, Eustace. Okay, last team, 세진. Where is 세진? 세진, Vivek, Singh. Okay, gentleman from India. Okay, everybody's clear? Who belongs to your team? All right. Okay. So I think that we have to wrap up this class. Okay, let's call it a day today. And why don't go for your team project? Okay, team presentation. Okay, yeah. From the next week. Okay. Any question?
When are you going to give us the
Sorry.
Then when are you going to give us the results of the midterm?
Midterm? Oh. I checked. I used to do the midterm exam. Okay, scored. I'm doing the probably the next week, the third after next week. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Let's call it a day. Thank you for participating.